levels to this shit and you niggas stuck in a bungalow.
4th of July is officially ended, and DeAndre Hopkins is still a free agent since his time in Arizona has ended this offseason. Now that we are in July, it's becoming a huge question to why a team hasn't paid the price to have him for the upcoming season. Like Lamar Jackson and Odell Beckham Jr., DeAndre Hopkins is having to wait to sign with his new team. Lucky for Lamar and Odell, the Ravens eventually made it happen. However, DeAndre hasn't found his new team yet, and it's weird because these are top tier players who are going long periods of time before signing their new contracts, and all 3 of them are still in their primes, or at least the last years of it, and all 3 of them are valuable this upcoming season when healthy, which might have been a hesitation for some teams since their injury history is not the best. But DeAndre Hopkins is the only one who hasn't signed a contract yet, and the question is why. So much these past couple weeks I've had friends and coworkers ask why hasn't DeAndre Hopkins signed a contract yet, and I tell them all the same thing in the easiest way possible. He knows his worth and he knows what he wants. Just like Lamar and Odell Beckham Jr., regardless of what happened last season for each of these players, they all know how much damage they can do this upcoming season. They all know with the right team and the right system they could contend for a Super Bowl, and at the same time they all know what that is worth for their team and their careers. Lamar and Odell both got what they wanted with the Baltimore Ravens, but when it comes to DeAndre Hopkins, he hasn't made that decision yet, and with minicamp underway and training camp about to start, who will sign him, who needs him, who's willing to pay for him? And I'm making this video to give my insight on the situation. I think the problem or the holdup is simply the team and said dollar amount. DeAndre Hopkins at this point probably only has a few options, because when you think about it, he wants to go to a team where he can compete in the postseason, or he wants to go to a team who will pay him the most amount of money on top of what he's already earned, since he is nearing the end of his prime and is bound to start his exit from the NFL since he's already 31 years old. You got to think most receivers are done playing in the NFL around 32, 33, and even the great ones make it to about 34, 35 if they're lucky, and even then at that point they're not hugely productive, i.e. Julio Jones and Antonio Brown, who both at one time were the best in the league, but right now in present day they are both 34 years old, and Julio Jones is without a team and Antonio Brown is now out of the league for 2 years. So hey, maybe DeAndre Hopkins could be the next Larry Fitzgerald, play till he's 36, 37, but he's not going to be as good as he is now, right? So if you're going to use DeAndre Hopkins for your team, you're going to use him now. So this is really the last time for him to get a top receiver contract, and I think we all know his agent is making that known to him. That all being said, DeAndre Hopkins has visited 2 teams so far this offseason, the Tennessee Titans and most recently the New England Patriots. These are 2 teams that have made it public they want DeAndre Hopkins this season, and keep in mind the Tennessee Titans have double the cap space of the Patriots, meaning if he does want more money, he probably would go there. Between those teams, I think the Patriots come out on top in this situation. Besides not having much money, they do have a better defense and coach. And quarterback, so if winning is what he wants, I think the Patriots would be a better option. DeAndre Hopkins isn't new or shy when it comes to playing with below average quarterbacks, so Mac Jones wouldn't be the worst he's ever played with, and is better than what they have at the quarterback position in Tennessee. On top of that, the Patriots extended Devontae Parker's contract for 3 years, and also made it known at the same time that they are still heavily pursuing DeAndre Hopkins. Looks like they're trying their hardest to give Mac Jones the best weapons necessary to be successful. It's been almost 2 weeks since DeAndre Hopkins visited both the Titans and the Patriots, and still he hasn't signed a contract yet. DeAndre Hopkins tweeted, "Whoever's in my future wide receiver group, I promise I will make your job easy." Looking at that tweet, you probably just think DeAndre is saying, hey, me being on the team will help my teammates be better, assuming he means the defense or opposing teams will have their best corner on him and the defense designed to stop him, meaning his other receivers will have an easier time getting open and being more effective. Maybe he means he'll give them tips and stuff too to be better on the field, but in my opinion, if you're really reading between the lines on this tweet, he's telling all the other teams in the NFL that he can help their receiver group as well. He can help their team no matter who you have in your receiver room. DeAndre Hopkins is sure that he can help, meaning that the team or team he does want to play for hasn't offered him a contract yet, or a contract that he likes, which is a huge deal and makes complete sense. Because recently in an interview, DeAndre Hopkins said that he does want to play for a Super Bowl, a good front office, and a good quarterback, something he's never had in his career. And I don't blame him, because DeAndre Hopkins is a prime example of what could happen to a great player if he goes straight to an incompetent team from the draft.
What I want is stable management upstairs, a QB who loves the game, and a great defense. I think defense wins championships.
No matter what you do, the people upstairs aren't doing their jobs, and your team will never be good enough for success. And I think Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, and Luke Kuechly are examples of this. They got their money, they put their time in, they beat their bodies up doing it, and they are great players, and they know what a good team looks like, and they knew that their current rosters at the time weren't good enough or weren't close of being good enough to get a Super Bowl, even if they gave it a couple more years. So what do these players end up doing? They end up retiring early, and I can't blame them, because it's either beat your body up more and more, but you're already rich enough for the rest of your life, so you can probably just quit now and save more years on your life. And when looking at DeAndre Hopkins, teams like the Kansas City Chiefs do have enough cap space to acquire him, and so do the Buffalo Bills. He also said he was willing to take less money to play for a good organization. It's more of a, hey, good teams, I will make it easier for everyone in the receiver room regardless of who you already have. If it's Travis Kelce and Pat Mahomes, or if it's Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, DeAndre Hopkins is saying he'll make everyone's job easier in trying to get that Super Bowl. And he's since deleted his tweet, making it look even more of a reason why he tweeted it was that he was trying to reach out to teams who haven't reached out to him. And if I am the Bills, maybe that's what we do need to beat Patrick Mahomes, DeAndre Hopkins upcoming season. And honestly, if I'm the Bills, I'm doing anything I can to beat Patrick Mahomes. And if I'm the Chiefs and Pat Mahomes, why not get DeAndre Hopkins? They had the cap space. It would certainly be exciting to watch Patrick Mahomes with Travis Kelce and DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins obviously has a plan to what he wants to do this season, and it does seem his visits were just visits with the Patriots and Titans at this point. It looks like whatever he does want to still do is still out there, and for his sake, I hope he gets what he wants, and I hope he gets the team that he wants and the money too. DeAndre Hopkins has put in the work regardless of who was under center his whole entire career, and really never had a chance to compete in the postseason. The man doesn't want money, he wants a ring and a good organization. He just wants to go and work for a good company every day like most people do in this world, and I can completely respect that. Comment down below what team you think DeAndre Hopkins should go to or wants to join this season. Drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and until next time.